Okay, another week. Let's dive straight into it. But before we get into anything serious, let's cover some of the basic things, some of the stuff I want to cover every time I'm on here. And that's simply check out the Telegram, it's below. Check out the Twitter, also below. And you guys probably all come from Twitter, so that's all good. And the third thing is going to be the simple one, and that's going to be WooX. Join WooX. Simply the best exchange. I'm not just shilling it. I genuinely think it's the best exchange, and that's why I trade there. I've had partnerships with Bybit. I've had partnerships with Binance. I've had partnerships with KuCoin. I've had partnerships with practically all the major exchanges, and I have been with Woo for a long time now, for a few months, and they've been great people. I've talked to a lot of the guys there, and on top of that, they've been simply the best exchange, the most customizable, high liquidity. It's all been very nice. It's all been very blessed. So I highly recommend going over to Woo. My referral link's down below. You'd be supporting me. You'd be supporting Woo. You'd be supporting yourself with lower fees. It'd be a blessing. So let's dive straight into markets without any further ado. There we are. So what are we looking at here? BTC. 4 hour we can, this is ETH actually. BTC is right up here. Perfect. Let's dive into that. We can close these two. Boom. And we could just go full chart on this analysis here. So weekly, this looks really good. Right? This looks really, really clean. By all measurements, essentially, this looks very nice. So what you essentially just have here is some consolidation at the bottom of this. Big liquidity wick essentially is taking everything out. And then we have this support area building up. Bounce from there. This is the previous support area right here at 62.61. I think a lot of people have it drawn around 60. I think I moved mine up by accident. I don't think this is supposed to be here. I think this is where it's supposed to be. Perfect. And yeah, so essentially we just have this reclaim of this bottom of the range around 60.61. I think I had it initially drawn. And then where exactly it is arbitrary to everybody's plan, everybody's trading outlook, etc. But mine is around this area here, is the support area. So we kind of just flipped that, held onto it weirdly, kind of played around with it rather than just like cleanly holding it on the daily chart and for a while here. And now we're above that level, clearly cut and clear above that level. So let's analyze the 4 hour here. Essentially just played around this level, set up this new range we continue to be looking at, right? Top of the range, middle of the range, bottom of the range. Very simple, broke out of that, and now we're just hovering here at that, hitting that EQ very nicely, right? As the EQ is the middle of the major range. The major range is from 60 to about 64, I believe, 65, and then over here at 72. So we just tapped that, rejected off of that. Additionally, if you want to draw this out, you have this previous order block here. Old order blocks, or they serve as resistance or support, and that's the nice thing about order blocks. They're also just wider in range. If you want to look at the order block video, it's going to be on my YouTube back. You can just go look for it. It's on there, and I might go refresh all those videos soon, so keep a lookout for that. So what's the deal here? Essentially, lower time frame, 4 hour. What I'd be looking for on BTC is some type of void fill would be nice, by which I mean this market here, if you look on lower time frames, moved inefficiently, right? We're overextended in terms of VWAP. This is an inefficient move. Essentially, what I would like to see is maybe some consolidation. Wouldn't be too bad. This coming up, us coming back down here, VWAP, middle of the VWAP coming in, retesting this, right? Cleaning out this inefficient move, liquidating those people, and then continuing this uptrend upwards. That would be beautiful. So that's essentially just the plan for now. I am positioned for this to just keep ripping at this point. As I covered last week or 2 days ago on a video, I did have some longs open, so I am well positioned here despite my belief at the time, and that's still it's less likely now, but at the time I just believed we would kind of pull one of these trend lower, come back down to here, and then slowly recover these levels. Now we've already recovered these levels, so it looks a lot nicer in my anticipation. I just turned the music down a little bit for those who might have been annoyed at the loudness of it. So that covers it on BTC, really. So that's the outlook, right? So the outlook is essentially, let's see how this performs. I am positioned for this to continue upwards. What you'd want to see is this essentially coming up here, taking this out. It already took out this liquidity, and you just kind of want to see this continue to trend. I am more, let's say, I prefer the situation where we come down back to these levels, retest some of it, take out this liquidity here, and then trend up. That might not be what occurs, and I wouldn't be mad about that either. So that's kind of the two positions I'm looking for. If we do move down here, I'd be looking to position long. If we move down here, I'd be looking to position long. If we move down here, I'd be looking to position long. If we break down below this level, I'd be looking to position short. So if we break, honestly, not just there, of course, I'd be, if we come down here and we see some type of rejection, I'd be looking short to this level. If we break down this level, I'd be looking short from this level. Break down this level, I'd be looking short from this level. So it's level by level, but for now, I'd be closing out those shorts, of course, here, respectively, right? So if I enter this short, I close it here. Enter this short, I close it here. Why? Because I'd be entering longs, and I would love the market. My bias is to the upside at the moment. So that should cover essentially the idea here. Simple, doesn't get much simpler than that. And yeah, so let's cover ETH. This little baby right here, what is it up to? So ETH is relatively weak compared to BTC. It looks abhorrent, but still hasn't reclaimed bottom of the range like Bitcoin has. Bitcoin's bottom of the range again sits at 60, I think around 60. ETH on the other bottom of the range is at 2,900. ETH is quite far off from that, right? It's at 26, so that's like a, what is that, 15%, 8% move. That's kind of what you want to see here. This reclaim come in, boom, and that's where you want to see ETH strength, or at least where I'd be looking for ETH or altcoins to really start doing their thing. Right now, they don't look too strong, so I am positioned on alts, but this is not my preferred position. Lower time frame, 4 hour. What am I looking at? Right, like a minor range, same as BTC, has also a minor range setup. Minor range setup is from 2,500 to 2,630 up to 2,730, or more or less. I have it drawn. I would prefer this actually up here. This could go up a little bit, and then you have a new range that includes the new levels. Right, so this is kind of my current levels. This is kind of that like flip thing, whatever, pivot point. What am I looking for? This liquidity, I want to get swiped. It never got swiped. That's fine. I'd be looking for this EQ, essentially, is what I'm looking at, to see this downtrend up to here, see what we get for a reaction around 2,600. I'm not going to be playing ETH, to be honest, but it kind of reflects on a lot of altcoins. So from there, I'd be seeing what to do. But this is my initial level of interest of ETH. Secondary level is if we do come down here, bottom of that range, I would love to see a sweep of these levels, reclaim long from here, and then off to the races. That covers it for Bitcoin and ETH. I will be doing an altcoin video right after this one and uploading that too, so I'll be covering all the alts. And happy trading, happy week. Go to Woo, check out the Telegram, check out the Twitter. Telegram channel has trade alerts. I additionally open a trading room where you can discuss with all the other traders in my community. You also can just chop it up. I just opened that up like 3 days ago, so feel free to hop in there and chat it up with other traders. All right, perfect, guys. Have a good week, and trade responsibly.